Hey everyone, we are here with the mighty fucking Ash Pearson from Revocation and 3 Inches of Blood. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. No, thanks for being here, dude. I greatly appreciate it. I've been a fan for a long time, so this is fantastic.
Kick ass. Where do you live?
I live in Louisville.
Louisville. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
So uh, I've got
I was
like
just noticing that. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah, like
cool.
I've got a fucking I was up in the balcony for that show. So I got some video of like you drumming and the band going, and
Yeah.
it swings back and Corpse Grinders over there fucking watching you guys. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
that's so fucking awesome to see, the headliner watching one of the opening acts.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys have always been really gracious about hanging out and watching the show and stuff like that and making us feel welcome. So, yeah.
But you guys are all fucking like everyone in the band are just tremendous musicians. So, it's yeah, I think all of you are very highly respected in the industry.
I sure hope so, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, at this point.
sure, man. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, the first question that I have is like, what's it like playing the 3 Inches of Blood shit again?
Yeah, it's actually fantastic. It's coming at a really good point in all of our lives, I think, in terms of just like, like for all the reasons that we decided to call it a day back 10 years ago, which I don't necessarily need to go into. It wasn't anything crazy, just life stuff, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? But I think everybody's in a better place in their lives now, and that made it all that much more fun to jump back in and we're kind of set rules for ourselves in terms of like, okay, we're not going to go on tour in a van and like, like go on tour for 6 weeks. We're only going to do a couple shows here and there. We're going to try and we're going to try and, play, roughly 800 to 1500 cap rooms and try and hopefully sell them out, and then just make it a weekend affair so we can just, everyone only needs to book a little bit of time off work, and we're not overcommitting ourselves, and we're keeping it fun for ourselves. And we've done 5 shows so far. We did 3 in Vancouver, 1 in Winnipeg, and we just did 1 in Seattle about 2 weeks ago. And it's a real treat to be doing it. Each and every time we're like, holy fuck, it's so good to see you guys. Holy fuck, that show was so fun. Oh my god, that crowd was so awesome. It's just been like that each and every time. And so it's been just like such a fun situation to be back in again.
That's awesome because I think that's, obviously everyone gets into music for those reasons, right? You go out, you have a good time, you play the music, and I mean, you've been playing long enough to know that there comes a point where I don't want to say become complacent with it, but maybe that is the phrase. And it's like, okay, we're doing the same thing over and over and over. Like we need to change something here, right?
Yeah, 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 for sure. And I mean, it depends what that situation is, but for us, this is a good situation for everybody. But for Revocation, for example, I enjoy playing often with that band because I don't know, we do it a lot, and we're all kind of still on the same page for the most part about going out there and just playing live music and traveling and making records and shit like that. I still really, I mean, shit, I love playing in Revocation too. That's a
Yeah.
fucking awesome band, I think.
Oh, I fucking absolutely agree.
Mm.
Like my favorite revocation show is at oh, what was the name? Oh, Brewski's.
You were there?
Hell yeah, I was,
That,
dude.
that was in Louisville. That's right.
Yeah, there was like 10 people there.
That's right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
remember.
I was
I
so
remember.
fucking surprised. I saw it like day before and I'm like, are you shitting me?
Yeah, that show is like kind of a it's in the band's like the lexicon of things that we talk about. It's become like a like an adjective, I think.
Yeah.
amongst the band, Brewskis or whatever. So yes, that was a sad show in terms of like there was only like 10 people there, and I don't even think I don't think they gave a fuck about us. Like I'm sure you did, and people like you who were there, but there were some people I think who were just like, man, we're just trying to drink. Who's this fucking metal
Yeah,
band that's
yeah,
playing? You know? So
yeah.
it
The
was
regulars back at the bar, which was,
yes, yeah,
and if I remember right, you guys got a flat tire on the way to the show.
probably,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, a lot of flat tires. That's funny.
yeah, no
Um,
shortage.
no, that was a good time though. Like there, I think I don't even know how many people really paid to be there, but I think there was at least three of us bought
Yeah.
tickets. You know?
That's funny. That's funny you were there. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, I was. Anytime, any chance I get, I try to see, Revocation, which is not often because my life is so fucking busy.
Yeah, I appreciate you fitting me in for this, by the way. I've been driving for the last like 6 hours and I had to get a car repair today and it just kind of altered my plans a bit. But thanks for fitting me in.
No, totally cool. I appreciate you taking time to come hang out and chat.
Sure.
So Revocation's working on new music, right?
Yep. 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 Yeah, I finished tracking drums for the new record back in February.
Hell yeah.
So I mean it's like, yeah, we're working on it in the sense that it's more or less all there and it's just being recorded right now. I'm not sure where Dave's at in the stage of the recording process, but he's really busy with a few different things right now.
Mhm.
But Dave's a very ambitious individual, and I'm sure he'll get around to it pretty quick if he hasn't already broken ground on it. Um, but yeah, I really think people are gonna like this one a lot. I think it's probably gonna be our best one, and I really like the tunes. I think they're excellent. You know.
Hell yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Do you guys have a name for it yet?
I think there is a name for it, but I don't think I can share it yet. And yeah, I was no, I can't. I don't think I can share it yet. But yes, we have a name for it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hold on,
Damn.
hold on. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I need to
I'll
take
let
you out for a beer.
yeah, yeah. I'll let Dave be the one to let that slip. You know.
Yeah, that's funny. Um,
Yeah.
revocations, obviously, like you guys are pretty active. I feel like you guys hit the road a couple of times a year and just go, go, go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you guys have coming up?
We don't really have anything coming up except for we're playing the Metal Injection Fest this year on September 21st, I think it is. Um, so I'm doing double duty, playing with 3 inches and with Revocation. Uh, Revocation's playing on the 21st, and 3 inches blood playing on the 22nd, supporting Converge, I think.
Okay.
Um, and then Dave's going to be playing there with his band, Pallid Veil, as well. So it's and then yeah, we're gonna see the guys in Goat Horror and see the guys in Vitriol, and there's gonna be other buddies of ours there too. So that should be a good one. But I think as far as I know, that's all we've got going on for the rest of the year. But we've been hitting it hard the past few years anyways, and we already did Australia and Japan. Sorry, not Japan. Um, we already did Europe and Australia this year, and then we recently in December did like South America and Mexico, and before that we did the States.
Yeah.
So, we've been busy, but now's the time where we stop being busy and just work on new music and wait for it to come out, you know?
Well, busy in a different aspect, right?
Yep.
Like
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
all the artwork and all the logistics behind all that, doing this shit.
Yep. Yep. 100%.
Good stuff.
That's work. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, what what do you hope with the next album? Like, what do you hope really happens with it?
Well, I guess like any band would hope is that like any band just like wants I think their fandom to increase, that people it's well received and people really like it, and it catches fire in some way, and that we, continue to be on some like just awesome tours, touring with and playing with bands that we really enjoy playing with. I mean that like Cannibal Corpse is a perfect example. Like we'll always say yes at a chance to go out on the road with those guys and everything like that. And
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean just that people enjoy it, I'm sure, and that's what you hope is the main thing, that people like it, and then if it if it skyrockets you into stardom, that's always an added bonus, but that's never something you
No.
anticipate. You just like you just do it for its own sake. I
Yeah.
think you know.
You do it because you need to do it, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you like it, regardless of what other people think of it. I guess you know.
yeah. Well, I think, a lot of bands that have any sort of longevity, I feel write music that they want to hear and play,
Yeah, yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
versus like going out and going, oh, we're gonna write a radio friendly record and
Yeah,
make millions and do all that shit.
yeah, 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 for sure. Do you play music at all?
Like I used to. I haven't really picked up a guitar in probably 13 or 14 years.
Mhm. Yeah, that's cool. You're a fan.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely a fan.
that's
I uh
awesome.
I got these kind of shit all the way around down
Yeah,
here, all
yeah,
the set lists and posters and for me, like music is I like the live show because it creates memories. I like to do it with friends, it's because like I don't care how much money you have, like when you die, it's your memory that lives on, right?
yeah, for sure.
We actually took some friends when Shadows Fall did the reunion in Worcester at the
Mhm.
Palladium.
Yep.
We fucking flew up for that.
Nice.
Stopped in LaGuardia, met Ja Rule, which was pretty funny.
Oh, cool.
And then go to the show and we all got fucking COVID.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's fucking miserable.
Yeah.
So for you, like starting out as a drummer, who were some of the drummers that you really looked up to and were like, that's the dude I want to be like?
It started off as like I was writing that bracket of new metal kind of kid. I was right in that key demographic. So that was initially what got me into playing drums. So that would have been, the Corns and the Slipknots of the world and Marilyn Manson a little bit. Those were kind of the gateway uh, bands, and then from there I got more into your Metallicas and your Panteras. And the band, I don't know, bands like I don't know, Snot. They had a really
Oh
kick
yeah.
ass record. Um, all sorts of shit. I was definitely a sponge when I was between the ages of 13, 12 and like 15 and beyond. But when I first heard Strapping Young Lad, that band sort of changed the game for me for sure in terms of what I thought was possible on the drums, because
Yeah.
I don't think I'd heard like a really proper blast beat or a proper thrash beat. Maybe Slayer. I heard Slayer before, but but I hadn't heard that like that dense metal music and like blast beats and like tasty drumming that like sort of strayed from the normal heavy metal vocabulary. So, but I'd say those were a good kind of cross reference of my early references. A reference for my early influences. Yeah,
Yeah. Early references, that works too,
yeah, early
right?
references of music. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because that definitely gets there. And I think a lot of people that was their introduction into faster music was Strapping Young Lad. It
Yeah,
was different than your, thrash and death and all that stuff, which is, like
yeah,
um I grew up during those times when like thrash was you
mhm.
listen to Metallica and Slayer and you had
Yeah,
Anthrax, Testament, and Exodus and all that
yeah,
shit.
for sure. Yeah,
I
yeah,
was a
but Morbid Angel was, and then Cannibal Corpse or whatever, but like Morbid Angel was playing really, really fast.
Mhm.
and everything. There were tons of fast bands around, at that time or whatever. Anyways, but that's just the one that like really did it for me.
Yeah.
You know, just so happened to do it for me at that time. But yeah, yeah, there was lots going on back then. Yeah,
Yeah, there's there's a lot of good music in the 80s and 90s when you get into, heavier stuff.
yeah, for sure.
I was always a big the two bands that really did it for me like early on were Death and Death Angel.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
they're both like so different.
Yeah.
And 2013 was it A Dream Calls for Blood
Yep.
release.
Yep.
You were with 3 Inches,
Yeah.
and of course it was Battlecross
Mhm.
and Diamond Plate and Revocation.
Right. And Revocation. That's where I first met those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a what I remember of that. It was a great fucking show, but I
Yeah.
drank so much that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that was one of the last tours I think we did with 3 Inches of Blood before we called it a day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, good band, Death
yeah.
Angel.
It was a great fucking bill, man.
Yeah.
Um, man, who like obviously, right? You really dig touring with Cannibal Corpse. What other bands really stand out to you as like just great to tour with?
Yeah, great to tour with. Goat Whore is one of
Mm.
those bands. They're always great to just hang around. They're a really fun time. Um, even Whitechapel back there, all those guys are really cool. And our buddy Ben Savage and Whitechapel. Um, let's see, Psychroptic from Australia. They're a fantastic band to tour with.
I was just
Track
jamming them earlier.
Yeah, yeah, they're all really good buddies of ours, and oh man, I definitely run the risk of like leaving people out and everything like that, but we were just out with like Aborted and Carnifex recently. Those guys are cool. Yeah, I mean it's more what band would I not do I not like touring with? Everyone's like actually really we're out with Morbid Angel, or whatever. We've been out with them a couple times, and they're always excellent to watch. And same with Suffocation. Those
Yeah.
guys are awesome to watch. We were just in Australia with them, so people like that. Just like legacy death metal bands. Those guys are always usually pretty cool. So
Yeah. Well, it's nice to see someone that's been doing it for, 30 years, 30 plus years on the stage, still fucking doing it. You're like, all
yeah,
right, maybe I can be 60 and still,
yeah,
still do this.
for sure. Yeah, I was just hanging out with I was just on the road with Death to All for the last week. Um, I was just hanging out with them on the bus, and I was watching them play every night, and they are so fantastic. Gene and Steve, um, DeGiorgio and Bobby Coble are all in their 50s, and those guys just like they absolutely destroy every single day on stage.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Gene is one of those drummers that like I could watch nonstop, just watch him play because
Yeah.
he makes it look effortless. And,
Yeah.
it's taken a lot of years to get to that point, obviously. A lot of years, a lot of practice.
Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
he's also, I feel like he's one of the nicest guys in like the metal community.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's the best heavy metal drummer in the world.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably fucking right.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of evidence to back that up on a bunch of different. It's not like he's the fastest, but that doesn't mean if you're the fastest, that doesn't mean you're the best.
Right.
There's all sorts of things that make you the best, and being well rounded is definitely one of them. And being very, very like a good person inside and out is another very good reason for that. Playing on dozens of iconic records, or at least a dozen iconic records, is another good one. And aging well into your craft is another very good one as well, where you're still on the kind of cutting edge of what you're doing, and you're coming up with new, interesting, cool ideas, and you're not tired. I
Yeah.
it's just I don't know anybody else who's doing it better than him in a holistic sense. There's lots of great drummers out there. Don't get me wrong. I was just hanging out with Flo Monnier for the last week, and that guy's fantastic. I mean, he's amazing. But all in all, I mean, you just can't touch Gene. He's just unfuckwithable,
Wow,
and
that
yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the amount of projects that not just projects, but notable projects that he's been a part of is, it's fucking ridiculous,
yeah, for sure.
like Death Clock, holy shit.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, he kills it with them. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know how he has time to do as much as he fucking does.
All scheduling,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's wild.
totally.
So,
He taught me how to play drums too, in case you didn't know.
oh, I didn't.
Yeah, like he lived in Vancouver for like 12 years, and that's when I first started playing drums. And so he basically taught me how to play drums for the most part. And I've known him for about 23 years, I think. Yeah,
Hell of a, you couldn't have picked a, you couldn't have found a better fucking teacher, dude.
yeah, not at all. He calls me his drum son. Uh-huh.
Hey, so we did 2017, he was with Testament.
Yeah,
Testament, Sepultura, and Prong were playing Cincinnati.
yeah.
Took my daughter. I gotta think she was probably 10 at the time.
Hmm.
Of course, we ran into Chuck and Gene, and both of them super nice. Took a minute, right? Chatted with us, took some pictures with my daughter, and was super nice. And the really awkward thing is my daughter is fucking 10 years old at the time, and Testament had the freaking underwear for sale, and she's like, "Oh, I want those." And I'm like, really? You got to be kidding me. Like,
Yeah, that's funny though.
I'll buy them, but damn it, man. Like, I don't want to
Yeah,
do this shit.
yeah. Man, those are meant for like scantily clad women.
Yes. Yeah.
But whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
But
Kids, what do you do?
yeah, well, I mean, it's, again, it's making memories with her, which is something that, I feel like a lot of kids miss out on with, for whatever reason,
Mhm.
go make memories with your parents or family or friends or whatever.
For sure. It's good. It's good you took her out.
Hell yeah. It's all
Yeah,
about, I mean, it's all about music, at least,
totally, dude.
for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
so if there were like out of all of the bands of history, is there a band that you would really really want to tour with?
Like alive or dead, like disbanded or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. To get a chance to see them play every night, it would probably be like Blue Oyster Cult, maybe.
Okay.
Um, or Rush, or maybe Kiss. You know. Yeah. Yeah, not death metal bands for sure, but I do death metal bands all the time. Or
Yeah.
Frank Zappa, I'd love to see him play every single night. You
Oh,
know?
dude.
Yeah,
That dude, Zappa is such a madman, dude.
yeah, yeah. I
What
love his music.
yeah. One of my favorite stories was Steve Vai joining Frank Zappa. I
Yep.
always thought that was fucking like, good for you for doing that. Zappa, at the end, is like, I couldn't even
Yeah,
do that. Like,
yeah, for sure.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. How
I
about you?
like, oh, you know, the list is just super, super long because,
Yeah, of course.
you know, uh, one band that I never got to see that I would have really liked to see is Death.
Hmm.
It was them for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Which era for you?
Mm, you know, I they all hold something a little bit different.
Mhm.
Like Symbolic is a really great fucking album, and then,
Yeah,
you know, Leprosy and Scream Bloody Gore, like all of them are they're unique to themselves. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't even choose one over the other. Just give
Yeah.
me the opportunity,
Yeah, for sure, dude.
you know?
Just want to see Chuck alive, basically, and
Yeah.
playing with either Sean Reinhardt or Gene Hoglan, I would think, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were fucking, both of those dudes are just beasts.
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
uh, I share a birthday with Chuck,
Oh, wait, what's his birthday?
May 13th.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So every year I'm like, hey, happy birthday, Chuck. Yeah.
Totally. Totally.
And,
That's
well, and Will Carroll from Death Angel now.
Death Angel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Will's a fucking excellent drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very good, and he knows a lot about a lot of bands too. He's a an encyclopedia of thrash and death metal drumming and all this shit. He's really knowledgeable, and like I said, excellent drummer. Fantastic.
Yeah. What, I think to be a good drummer, you've got to have a lot of knowledge about other drummers.
Yeah.
You obviously are trying to learn from every aspect, right? I
Mhm.
kind of look at it like there's an old story about a farmer that had the best crops, and he shared his seeds with all the farms around him. And someone asked him, he said, you have the best crops, why would you share your seeds? He said, well, I'm right in the middle of them. If I give them the best seeds, then I get all of the best stuff right back to me. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't I?
yeah, yeah, for sure. That's
Like,
true. Yeah.
knowledge
Yeah.
is knowledge and sharing, right? That's how everyone gets better.
That's right. That's how I got better. It was people who were, kind enough to. Again, that's the main stuff that I learned from Gene. Like was some drumming stuff like in the form of instruction, but a lot of it was just like I hung around him for like, as much as I could for as long as I could. And he gave me tons of just like lessons of just knowledge bits,
Yeah.
that I just sort of added up. And that was the best thing that he could have done for me for sure. And I try and do that for other people now, like whenever as much as I can, I guess. But yeah, but what you say is true though, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it, right? We've got to, in order to be our best, we've got to surround ourselves with the best, right? We
Yeah.
share and it comes right back to us.
Yep. That's right. You get what you give.
Yeah. So when you go out on the road, do you also teach on the road?
I've done that before, but I kind of just don't really do it much anymore, just because I don't know. I feel like I'm in a routine every single day, and that's all kind of based on like trying to be at my best. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and times where I'd normally be teaching would be times that I normally should be resting or eating or something or exercising or something like that. And in order to give the best possible show, so I don't really do it much on the road anymore.
Okay. I think that's fair, right? I know a lot of people
Mm.
um, do teach on the road, and that's, you know, good for them. But I feel like more a mindset like you, right? Like on the road, you kind of want to be focused on the task at hand or the show that night to be
Yeah,
at your best.
for sure. Yeah,
What
man.
what's your like warm up routine look like?
Yeah, I just hit the pad for maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes or something like that. I kind of just try and reinforce the things that I already know, and I don't try and learn anything new. And, singles, doubles, paradiddles, and then I just try and, maybe get my single strokes up to like 220 beats a minute or something like that. Um, and then, just kind of stretch and drink a lot of water and maybe close my eyes for like 5 or 10 minutes if I can, and that's pretty much my warm up. Maybe a Red Bull or something like that too.
Yeah, get that caffeine.
Yeah, for
That
sure it helps.
yeah. Do you like drink alcohol before a show or
No,
no?
never before.
Okay,
I'll drink a little bit afterwards, but no, I never do it before. Yeah,
good. Keep your head
yeah,
in the fucking game.
yep, Yeah, for sure. I don't do anything before I play anymore. I used to maybe do a little of this and a little of that before I play, but I stopped just because like I didn't if I made a mistake that night, I wanted to know that it was me trying my best and not because I had had a beer. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that's when I came to that decision that I wanted to be accountable to like my mistakes basically, and I wanted to set myself up for the best kind of like odds of success, by just being sober, and there's plenty of time to wait, and there's plenty of time to drink and do all that shit after your job is done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, good for you, right? And I think that's what makes you such a great drummer, taking that accountability on yourself and saying, okay, right, like I
yeah.
need to know I'm giving it my fucking best because I mean, I'm sure your early days were a lot like mine. Go to a show, you're tossing them back, you're,
Mhm.
maybe smoking some weed, and then you get on stage and you're like, man, that show kind of sucked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a few of those for sure, and then at some point I got I was unimpressed with myself, and then I wanted to do better. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, good on
totally.
that.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You got a funny tour story that always like sticks out?
No, I don't know. I don't know about a funny tour story if I'm being honest. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are there definitely, but I think it's probably not uncommon for people to just like there's so many that they don't know what to choose or something like that.
Yeah.
There's always like pranks that were maybe done or something like that last day of tour. I mean on this last European run with Carnifex and Aborted and a band called Vexed. We all went up on stage while everyone was playing, and I think with Aborted we all went up on stage and started like working out. So we did like exercise bands and like push-ups and jumping jacks and stuff like that on stage while they were playing. And then I think when Carnifex was playing, we all went out on stage and we all took like a group photo like with straight faces like while they were playing their show like we didn't even notice that the show was going on. And I think when Vexed was playing, I wasn't there for that, but like they brought out a table and chairs and like a dinner plates and stuff like that, and they were like while Vex was playing, they had like a waiter come out and like take some guys' orders and like bring them water and stuff like that. Just funny, like shit like that makes me laugh. And those are like usually reserved for end of tour pranks and stuff. So
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I would have
yeah,
loved to see the dinner table with the waiter. That'd have been
yeah,
freaking
I think there's pictures out there for sure.
that'd have been
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
yeah, it's pretty good, right? Yeah.
So the new Revocation, what uh if you can attribute its sound to something previously, do you think it's one of the old Revocation albums? Does it sound something like that, or would you say it's kind of new?
I honestly feel like it probably kind of sounds like a little bit of all of our records like put into one, and I think that's maybe why I think it's so good. You
Okay.
know, yeah, is like there's a little bit of each record that we've ever done in this new one. So I think it's gonna satisfy people, in that sense. Yeah,
Th- that's fucking cool.
yeah, I think so for sure.
It's almost like a career spanning album. Look at
I
we
think
have everything.
it kind of feels that way. I haven't heard any of the vocals or anything yet, but Dave is usually on. He nails all that shit. He's like one of the best musicians I've ever played with. So it's
Dude,
really yeah,
he is such a like to watch him fucking play, just to see the videos of him playing is like
yeah,
it blows me away
yeah,
because I feel like I could play for 60 years and never get to that level.
yeah. Dave's the real deal for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the whole fucking band though, like again, you guys just as a whole are tremendous musicians.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we all got to keep up with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do they say? Iron sharpens iron, right?
Right. Yeah. 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 Totally. Totally. Yeah,
I
for
I
sure.
think I think that's the new phrase.
Yeah. for sure.
Uh, what over the next 12 months for you personally, what do you have going on?
Yeah. um, there's a few things like I guess I can't really mention some of the stuff or whatever, but it's like, but in terms of shows, it's for the most part, it's like it's like 3 inches of blood stuff for the rest of the year, and then like I said, some revocation stuff here and there. Probably like maybe doing band photos and uh like uh yeah, just kind of getting ready for the next album cycle with Revocation at least. But it's pretty much more or less between those two bands at the moment. As far as like what I can, I guess, kind of talk about. But in general, though, I'm staying busy with some other stuff. There's like some film project that I'm working on as well. That again, we're still kind of in the middle of it, so I guess I'll probably wait till a little later to talk about it. But um, I'm definitely trying to stay busy with music though at the moment. Totally,
Yeah.
yeah. Then I give lessons and shit like that as well when I'm at home. You know,
Yeah. What do you have? Two films under your belt right now?
2 films.
Is that is that right? Have you been in two films so far? Like
What
movies?
what films are you talking about?
I don't know. I was looking at something earlier and it was like I'd have to I'd have to pull it up. Um, you had a couple of film credits.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I've been in the film industry since I was like 8 years old or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not
So
know that.
yeah. So I used to be like a kid actor and stuff like that, and I've been an extra on and like stand in on like a bunch of different movies and film and television and stuff like that. So I actually have a lot of movies under my belt, I guess.
Shit, now
A lot of TV series under my belt, I should say.
now I gotta go hunt for you.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe check out my IMDb or something because I don't even know what my IMDb says. Yeah.
Like like yeah. I'm like, I know you as a fucking drummer and a musician. You're like, no, I've been acting for 30 fucking years now. Like,
Yeah,
what?
no, long time, longer than I've been drumming. Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's
yeah,
fucking cool though.
yeah, totally. Yeah,
You
it's fun, right?
you like do you like acting and shit more than you like drumming?
No fucking way. No, no, that shit sucks. I don't like acting very much at all, if I'm being honest.
No, that's fucking funny.
Yeah. No, drums are by far way cooler and way more fun.
That's funny shit.
Yeah, totally.
Like, fuck no, acting sucks.
Yeah, being an extra is cool because like you don't I don't know that's like way like lower. You're not there's not a lot of responsibility there or whatever, and it's kind of fun. And it's like I actually still I always enjoyed doing that, but acting and like going to acting school and shit. I mean, it's cool. Like, it's cool if you like it, and it's cool if you're good at it. But I mean, if I had to pick, I would totally pick drums. You know, I think drums are like way more fun for me, anyways, like that. And I think
Yeah.
drums are really hard too. So it feels very rewarding to be good at them. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
your brain has got to be. I tried to play drums and I'm terrible at them.
Yeah. You get used to it after a while. You know?
Yeah, I'm used to being terrible at stuff,
Yeah.
so
Funny. Yeah.
like whatever.
For sure.
Uh, I'd like to get you guys back through Louisville
Hmm.
um play. We've got uh a new venue called Portal.
Hmm.
It's a really fucking cool place to
Oh, I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people coming through. I think Frozen Soul, Creeping Death, Gates to Hell will be here in 2 or 3 weeks.
Cool.
That'll be a good fucking show.
Yeah, that's great. Tell the Creeping Death guys I said hello.
I will. I'll be
Hmm.
like, Ash, world famous actor
Yeah.
slash drummer.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Tess hello.
I think I've got an interview with Creeping Death when they're here.
Oh yeah, cool.
That'll be fun
Yeah, that's great. Those guys are awesome. Yeah,
for sure.
sure. Yeah,
Always
man.
a good show every time I see him.
Totally. Totally.
So what are you listening to right now that you think more people should pay attention to?
Oh man, I just the guy from the Death to All band who is doing Chuck's parts.
Hmm.
His name is Max Max Phelps, and he has a band called Exist, and they're very good. So I've been listening to them lately. Yeah, they're an awesome band.
Right on.
Definitely recommend checking them out.
I'm gonna have to go check them out.
Yeah, man, they're awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So f- what's your favorite part about playing music? Studio, live?
Live, for sure. Yeah, definitely. There's nothing quite like it. Playing a great show is like a very is a excellent is a wonderful feeling, you know?
It's like a drug you can't get anywhere else.
Yep, for sure. Playing a big show in front of a bunch of people, you know, doing a good job. It's like it's a great feeling. It's fucking awesome. I still love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 inches, are you guys just playing old material or is there talk about writing some new stuff?
I mean, we might write some new stuff someday. I'm not really sure. We've been kind of like busy, just like planning out the shows that we're doing, and I'm not. When the day comes where we have some spare time to like actually like be hanging out together and working on stuff, I'm sure maybe we'll work on stuff. But right now, nothing's been really flying around very much. But yeah, it's just old stuff right now. But there's a bunch of records in the catalog and everything like that.
Yeah,
So. We got plenty of shit to play, for sure.
that's the truth.
Yeah, man.
There's a
Totally.
lot there's a lot of really good fucking music in that catalog too.
Yeah. Fire of the Blades is like probably my favorite 3 Inches Blood record, which I did not play on, but I love it. I think it's a masterpiece.
Hell yeah. Hmm. That's funny. You're like, yeah, I didn't play on it. It's my favorite.
It's great. It's very good.
I
Joey
like that.
Jordison. Joey Jordison produced it, the whole thing.
Hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the only band he ever did a whole record for. Joey's produced stuff in the past, but he never did like a band's like entire record, as far as I know.
Right.
Yeah. So he did it all. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or produced it. Yeah.
that's a cool, like a cool feather in the hat.
Totally, man. So that's why it's got such like a good like drum sound and guitar sound because Joey was a guitar player too. So, you know, he knew a lot about tone and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
A lot of Slipknot conversation.
Yeah, well, for sure, they're like they're one of those like institutions,
Yeah.
you know, and that affected a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, it's still affecting a lot of people's lives.
For sure.
Now, Vexed, isn't that Corey Taylor's son?
No, no, Vex is a band from the UK.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't believe Corey Taylor's son is in that, as far as I know. Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a band. I don't remember what their name is.
I'm not sure. Not
I,
sure.
I get confused between like his and James Hetfield's son, which is Bastardane, I think.
Oh, got it. Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm like, shit, what the hell is because they just played here. They just played headliners. I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago, I guess.
Oh, that's cool. Right on.
Yeah. Is there a venue that or a city that you like to play more than any place else you always look forward to going to, whatever?
I always like going to Japan. That's a great place. Really good food, really nice people. Yeah,
Mm.
Japan's great.
Yep, I've not been
Yeah, yeah. You should go if you get a chance, for sure.
for sure.
Yeah, man.
I've got a buddy there. He's an ortho surgeon,
Mhm.
focus on like spine and back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Super nice dude. He's always like, come visit. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, well, you should. You should take him up on it, especially if he can give you a place to stay. That's a big one.
yeah.
You know. Yeah, totally.
A lot of fish over there, right? For
A
to
lot.
eat.
Yep. Lots of fish. If you're into that kind of thing.
I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah. Well, then you should definitely go.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, man.
We did Hawaii maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, oh, it's only an 8 hour flight to Japan. We should just go while we're here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
My wife's like, no.
Hmm.
Like, all right.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next. Yeah.
Kids and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
All right.
Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna hop off. Is that cool? Did you
Yeah,
get
I was just gonna say, like, Ash, I appreciate you, man.
no problem, dude. I think it's just man, I was like, wait, when's the last time I ate something? I was like, oh, about 8 hours ago. I was like, I should probably eat something.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
My wife hooked us up for dinner, so I'm like,
nice.
I'm stuffed and ready to take a nap. So
That's
um
great.
I know I appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your night to come and hang out and chat with me
Yeah, man.
and teach me about the ways of Ash.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking an interest, and good luck with everything else in the future with your program here.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see you guys live.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, hopefully we make it back to Louisville. I'd say next year is probably a good bet on that.
Yeah, I mean, if not Louisville, you guys will hit Nashville, Cincinnati, or Indianapolis.
That sounds about
So
right. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Well, have a great night, dude.
Thanks, man. You too.
Thanks.
Nice to talk to you.
You too. See ya.
Bye.